What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. We are standing with the brave and beautiful CNN, for they have declared we will be the only people that are allowed to show what's going on during the debate. It's incredible that Mr. and Mrs. Fair Use Laws have decided that I guess we'll just allow the real news agencies to do debate prep. Not these fake news agencies. Not these people who are going around spreading misinformation. We can't have just normies coming up in here and saying the obvious points. We can't have that. Not up in here. Not up in this bit. CNN has decided to override fair use laws and say that they are the only ones allowed to stream the debate. And a YouTube apparently might not be, but might be, but who knows what's actually happening. Will they be playing along? I don't know. What's up, Willie? I am on Rumble. I am ready to rumble as well. It's incredible how many people are just, okay, fine, and I'm gonna be one of them. I will be live streaming the debate on Rumble and X, not on YouTube, because I'm just not gonna chance it with them, and who cares? I'd rather support real platforms that actually care about creators and care about fair use laws than be on YouTube in general. I just don't care about them, as this man is drowning behind me. I will be live streaming on Rumble and Twitter. Let's not forget this as well, because I want to start the show off with this. It's important to remember just who some of these people are. If you're looking for a great mug, link in the description below. Tell your friends and family about Zima. You can drink it as much as you want because you don't actually have a problem. It's non-alcoholic. It's 2024. Time to wake up, people. This is just a reminder. Here's the man that's moderating the debate. Jake Tapper, take it away. Let us know what you actually think of Trump. Show us how you're going to be fair and balanced.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage. This time, of course, in the United States. Donald Trump, a couple times over the weekend, referred to immigrants from South America, Africa, and Asia. He did not mention Europe, South America, Africa, and Asia, as, quote, poisoning the blood of our country, which it's not hyperbole. That does very directly echo Adolf Hitler's language.
Adolf Hitler drink.
World War II. Open up a copy of Hitler's Mein Kampf. You would find the Nazi leader describing the mixing of non-Germans with Germans as poisoning. There's really no other way to say it. Donald Trump's language mirrors this directly. The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage. This
It's
time,
so
of course,
much.
In the United
It's just so much.
A couple times over the week.
This is the guy that's going to give the fair and balanced debate analysis. This is the person that is saying, hey, you think you're going to come up in here with your podcast that we can't control and change our narrative? I don't think so. This is CNN. We're the real news agency, unlike you idiots who podcast for fun. We're real people. We're on airports nationwide and pumped through public schools as a trustworthy news source. We're allowed to be these people, not you. Okay? We want to control the narrative, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? They don't actually care about getting down to real journalism, real information. You know, finding out what the higher powers are doing to the little guy like you and me. It's about showing that you're a celebrity. I'm a newscaster. I'm basically a celebrity. Stephen Colbert has me on. Does he have you on? I don't think so. I'm such a celebrity that even women like this are dating me. Remember this when Jake Tapper went on a date with Monica Lewinsky?
Yes, I have to disclose, full disclosure, in tonight's episode, our G-rated date from December 1997.
Our one date.
Our one date
One
from
date.
1997
You didn't
is
call me back,
portrayed,
you
I
stupid-
should note, by an actor way better looking than me now or then.
Okay.
Now,
Okay, that's enough.
Yes, I have to disclose, full disclosure, in tonight's
We're
episode,
dating.
our G-rated date from December 1997.
Ooh, that sounds hot.
I'm gonna come.
This is the guy that's goes on dates with Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton's ex. The guy that is calling Trump Hitler over and over and over again.
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a
It makes sense why they don't want people like me laughing in their face when they call Donald Trump Hitler. Because it's the most ridiculous thing to ever utter out of anybody's mouth. Imagine trying to even compare the two. It's so stupid. It'd be like comparing Joe Biden to Joseph Stalin. They're the same. They want the same policies, the same people. Of course they want to control the narrative. Of course they don't want anyone actually pumping the debate anywhere on any platform other than their own platform. Of course they want to control for two reasons. One, they want to control the narrative, but also nobody watches CNN that's over the age of 85. This is their only hope, people. This is their one shot. This is their hope and a prayer that people actually tune in and remember that CNN is a thing. Please tune in to CNN. Look, you can't watch it anywhere else. Okay? Just get over it. I know you don't really want to be here anyways, and you just want to watch other much more fun news programs and programs like this one that doesn't have commercials every 5 seconds. But we're the good guys, and we'll prove it to you guys. We'll show you how serious of a news outlet we are at CNN. With our two brightest, youngest stars, Jana Bash and Jake Tapper. They want to control the narrative, and they want people to tune in so they can tell everyone how many people actually viewed the debate. But we will be live streaming on Umber and X. Because it's nice to see that there's actually two outlets out there that actually care about fair use laws. I'm not just going to upload the debate and have it running in the background and not even have my ugly face on there with it. We will be talking, we will be having a good time, and we will be laughing at the most insane moments that will come into this debate. Because we know that things are going to come out in this debate that are absolutely ridiculous, because a guy that goes and compares Donald Trump to Hitler over and over again is going to say stupid things. He's not going to be fair and balanced. You can't just flip on a dime like that. He's going to have some biases. He's going to rein in Trump. You can't help it. This is his platform. This is his moment. This is CNN's time to shine. What are your thoughts? Willie, how you doing? Joshua on Rumble, thank you guys so much for being here. Drop a like if you do not mind on the video. It helps the algorithms out. I would greatly appreciate it. How's everyone doing on this lovely Tuesday? I had no idea these two went on a date.
Yes, I have to disclose, full disclosure, in tonight's episode, our G-rated date from December 1997.
Our one date.
Our one
Okay,
date
you didn't
from
call me.
1997 is
If you-
portrayed, I should note, by an actor way better looking than me now or then. Now,
Why didn't you call me Jake?
Yes, I have to
Let me
disclose,
out.
full disclosure, in tonight's episode, our
I had no idea they went on a date. I absolutely love that they went on a date. I do have big breaking news though. Folks, I have huge news. This news is going to rock your socks. Maybe your socks are on. Maybe they're off. I don't know. Violet says she spent way too much on groceries. Phew. I have a story tonight that's going to prove that you're a liar. I don't want you spreading disinformation up in this. Okay? We do real news here. This is Derek O'Shea Show, and statistics lie. I don't lie. Unreal. Huge news though. Guys, break for this. Who do you want Donald Trump to actually pick as VP? Get in the comments below, get in the chat, tell me who you want Donald Trump to pick as VP. Big news coming out. Nick Soter, okay? says that Vivek Ramaswamy has confirmed that he will be attending the Trump and Biden debate Thursday night in Atlanta. Is Vivek the VP pick for Donald Trump? It'd be wonderful to see. Or will it be this man, JD Vance, who has come out of the woodworks, or Doug Bergman, which is probably most likely the pick because Donald Trump will probably pick somebody really boring. Okay, here is JD Vance actually talking about what will happen during the debate. And I'm curious to know what he has to say. Let's find out together.
You have great wisdom to share here about the Donald Trump-Biden debate. It is coming up on June 27th, this Thursday, actually. Trump predicts that there's a 10% chance CNN will be fair to him at the presidential debate. What is your reaction about this? Or
generous.
What's your thoughts about this upcoming
Super
debate?
generous.
Look, I think it's probably pretty accurate, right? I mean, we can expect that there's going to be some liberal bias. The question to me is how much, and maybe it is right that they knock it out of the park and they give us a fair debate. But I think we have to be really careful here, Charlie. I'm actually a little bit worried at how much people are overstating Donald Trump's chances of sort of winning this thing. I mean, look, Trump is a better debater, sure. He certainly has better ideas, and he's able to communicate them much more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have to realize the deck is fundamentally stacked against Trump in a very profound way for this debate, right? So you asked me, like, what's one of the most fundamental aspects of being president, Charlie, is leading people. Right, you have to actually get people sort of fired up and inspired and ready to follow you.
Mm-hmm.
The debate has no audience, right? There's no interaction.
Right.
We know that Trump is much better at interacting with people than Biden, so that's a huge advantage to Biden. That there's there's no audience. Okay, second thing, we know Trump has much more energy than Joe Biden, but yet, as I understand it, the Biden folks are working to try to make sure that they can be seated for the 90 minutes of the debate. So it takes away one of Trump's huge advantages, that he's more.
Joe Biden will come out in a wheelchair.
Has more energy. He's a more imposing figure physically, and they're trying to neutralize that advantage. Then you talk about the moderators. I think all of whom we would admit, even I think they would admit that they are biased, at least politically, towards towards Joe Biden. Hopefully, that bias doesn't.
You think they would admit it? This guy is biased?
The dehumanizing rhetoric of Adolf Hitler is once again alive and well on a national political stage.
This guy? The guy that dated Monica Lewinsky?
Yes, I have to disclose, full disclosure, in tonight's episode, our G-rated date from December 1997.
That guy? That guy is going to be biased? JD Vance, you're being too kind and generous, my friend. Why do people do that? Say how you feel. Tell them how it is.
Come out during the debate. And then finally, Charlie, we have no idea what kind of medication they're going to give to Joe Biden. They can't drug test the guy before the debate. And so they may very well be able to get the 90 best minutes that Joe Biden has.
That's 100% what's happening.
Will say, oh, Republicans said he was going to be terrible, and all of a sudden he was really good. You layer that on top of the biased format against Trump. And I just think Republicans were taking a victory lap on this. Yes, we've got the better candidate, and we've got the way better guy, but we need to be careful here about setting expectations in a way that no one can beat them.
It's not even expectations. He's going into AKA the Lion's Den. He will be debating Jake Tapper, Dana, and Joe Biden at the same time. A Joe Biden that has been in hiding for the last 20 days in his secret hideout, trying on new masks. Getting everything Joe Rogan has, every horse dewormer known to mankind. He's going to be ready for this debate, and he's going to feel comfortable. Because why wouldn't you? You have two people on the debate stage that hate Donald Trump more than they hate Adolf Hitler himself, I'm sure. And they are going to do everything in their power to make Joe Biden look good. Can you imagine during this debate if they allowed for people to have open and honest conversation? They would be fired the next day for allowing someone to go on their platform and spread myth and death and crith and pith information. I don't know why he's doing it, to be honest. I would have had more stipulations. I think Donald Trump could walk into this debate or walk into the presidency at this point because of how people feel about this country and the way things are going, and that he doesn't actually need to have a debate. I hope this is like one of these moments with like Gavin Newsom and DeSantis, where DeSantis just wipes the floor with Gavin Newsom. I hope it's one of those moments, but I'm not totally sure. What do you guys think? Willie, Byron Donalds? I like Byron Donalds too, but I know the whole Florida thing, they live in the same state thing or whatever, but I know that there's ways around it. I would love Byron Donalds. I think that would be an amazing pick. Trump could just say he lives in New York or something. I don't know. There's always ways around things. Okay. These two videos back to back, I think, are just too good to not share with you guys because things are heating up. Things are insane right now. Donald Trump just put out a new video that is absolutely fire. It's actually incredible. And we have these two videos back to back showing how insane things have gotten. So here's CNN talking to the Biden campaign spokeswoman, because they had Donald Trump spokeswoman the first day. Now they're having Biden spokeswoman the next day. I had no idea that both candidates had spokeswomen. It's 2024, time to wake up, guys. Biden campaign wants you to think about Joe Biden's accomplishments. And there are so many to name. And I have these two back-to-back videos that hopefully blow it up. Hey, Jolete 1100. Hello, we. Okay, here we go.
I think you've got to, first of all, take a step back and look at what President Biden has done for the economy. He's created over 15 million jobs. GDP has been at a record high. Unemployment's been low, especially among Black Americans and Hispanic Americans. So you will see President Biden talking about his accomplishments, but you're also going to hear him talk about not only what his plans are for the future, how he's going to continue to lower costs for American families. I think you've got to, first of all, take a step back and look at what President Biden has done for the economy. He's created over 15 million jobs.
Take a look at what Biden has done for the economy. And here's Donald Trump's rebuttal to what is going on in the economy. And keep in mind, this is just from June alone.
Police have tracked down a killer whose crimes span the country. The man accused of killing a Maryland mother of 5 on a popular hiking trail has been captured in Oklahoma. Rachel Marin was dragged from a hiking trail in Maryland where she was raped and murdered. Hernandez allegedly has ties to the notorious MS-13 gang and entered the country illegally in February of last year.
The sheriff says that he fled to the U.S. illegally after murdering a woman in El Salvador in January of 2023. Just 1 month before he entered the U.S. last year, Interpol issued an arrest warrant for Hernandez.
We are 1,800 miles away from the southern border, and the American citizens are not safe because of failed immigration policies. This is the second time in just 2 years that an innocent Harford County woman has lost her life to a criminal in our country illegally.
As far as I'm concerned, the Biden administration has the blood of Rachel Morin on their hands.
2 officers were shot overnight. The suspect also shot in the exchange of gunfire.
Police also saying that suspect Bernardo Raul Castro Mata currently resides at a migrant shelter not too far away from here.
Christian Inga was arraigned today in New York City on charges of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old girl after school last week in a shocking daylight attack. Police say the 25-year-old migrant from Ecuador approached 2 teens in the park at knife point. According to the criminal complaint, the suspect tied the boy and girl to one another, gagged them, then raped the girl before fleeing the scene. Police say Inga entered the U.S. illegally through Eagle Pass, Texas, back in 2021.
We've also learned from law enforcement here in New York that Christian Ingalandi was actually ordered to go back to Ecuador just a year later in 2022. Had he been deported, we may not have this case that has really struck a chord with people here in New York City, but even people around the country.
A Venezuelan gang known as Tren de Aragua has victimized thousands through extortion, drug, and human trafficking,
kidnapping and murder. And now U.S. law enforcement, including Customs and Border Protection and the FBI, say the gang has made their way into the country. U.S. Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens, who has confirmed multiple arrests of alleged Tren de Aragua members over the last year, issued a warning in early April after reporting yet another arrest. Watch out for this gang, he said. It is the most powerful in Venezuela, known for murder, drug trafficking, sex crimes, extortion, and other violent acts.
Today, an illegal immigrant who killed someone in Troy is set to be sentenced. Carlos Corrales Ramirez pleaded guilty to the deadly stabbing last month. He admitted to killing a man near River and Dow Streets last September. The Honduras native was also charged with a stabbing in Maryland last February. He was arrested for that crime, but was later released because Maryland officials never extradited him.
8 individuals, all from the Central Asian country of Tajikistan, were arrested in Los Angeles, New York, and Philadelphia. They entered the United States this year and in 2023, crossing the Mexican border. They were vetted and allowed to remain in the country. CBS News has learned further investigation uncovered the men had possible ties to ISIS-K.
5 men in the U.S. illegally were arrested Monday morning in northeast Missouri after a teenage girl was reported missing in Indiana. The suspects are accused of kidnapping the 14-year-old from her home. They were tracked down in Macon County. All 5 of these men are charged with second-degree kidnapping and first-degree endangering the welfare of a child.
Developments in the brutal abduction and murder of a 12-year-old Texas girl whose body was found dumped in a bayou. Police arrested 21-year-old Johan Jose Rangel Martinez and 26-year-old Franklin Jose Pina Ramos, both illegal migrants from Venezuela. Surveillance video appeared to show both men with the girl just hours before she was found dead. Both men have been charged with capital murder. Critics blaming Jocelyn's death on President Biden's border policies.
That video is all crimes committed in June. All of them. This should be like the easiest election landslide known to mankind. All you have to do is talk about the crime. They can talk about the statistics, and if you just look at what the crime was doing before, and nobody feels safe in American cities. Nobody feels safe with millions of people crossing the border that we have no idea who these people are. Yeah, some of them are great people, but some of them aren't. This should be a this is all Donald Trump should talk about. All right, like, you don't even have to talk about inflation. You could talk about inflation, and Biden can try his best to argue, man, inflation's going down. But if you talk about this, Biden, the Democrats, they don't want to address this. They don't want to get into this kind of stuff because this stuff will go against everything they believe in and everything that they want. Yeah, give all these people amnesty and allow them to vote. Okay, sure. It's always been such a stupid conversation anyways about the border. It's like, why? Okay, if you're a gang, if you're a cartel and you find out the border is open, aren't you going to come to America and exploit the American citizens? Yes. Anybody with 2 brain cells can think that through. That's so stupid. Biden should be wiping the floor with Joe Biden on Thursday, regardless. He shouldn't even take questions from Jake Tapper. He should just be having signs and use it as a platform to just take control of what happens. It'll be amazing. Biden won't know what to do in those moments. He'll be like screaming about order, and he should just go to town. Let me see some of y'all comments. B. Kel says, has to be one of the worst administrations in the history of the country. Top to bottom seems to be getting worse by the day. Todos Los Diaz says Trump was right again. I feel like Fuentes' push to withhold the vote and to shuck out the Israel influence in Trump's cabinet is a powerful idea. I doubt that'll happen, but I'm with you on that one. We should be American. Trump should really focus on America first stuff. I just like, especially with the world going nuts right now. And okay, my favorite part is this woman too, the Trump spokeswoman. She's like, she had to come on CNN, and of course, CNN allowed her to spew nonsense. But when Trump's spokeswoman goes on CNN, they're like, "Oh, you're not going to talk about whatever you want up in this? No. This is CNN. You're not going to talk bad about people." Here's her freaking out. Here's Biden's spokeswoman freaking out about Biden being forced to take a drug test.
For President Trump asking President Biden for a drug test going into Thursday night. What's your reaction?
I mean, I don't even really.
Don't you like how he just kind of like laughs about it? He's like, it's just like, how dare he? How dare he?
President Trump asking President Biden for a drug test going into Thursday night. What's your reaction?
I mean, I don't even really know what to say about that. I worked on Hillary Clinton's campaign. You know, she also debated him very effectively. He accused her of being on drugs.
Right. I don't even know. I don't know why you would bring that up. Why would you make me react to that live on CNN? I love this like rhetoric and narrative that Joe Biden is totally fine, and then it's actually Donald Trump is the one that's losing his mind. Because yes, they can lie to you over and over again to your face, but you and I both know that is the biggest and stupidest lie I've ever heard them try to get away with. It's one of the dumbest things ever. Anybody that has 2 brain cells, yes, Biden is going to look good. Yeah, because he's been sleeping and resting and going on vacation for the last 8 days. He's going to be just fine. But Biden going to work every single day without rest and having to give these speeches, you and I have both seen how his mental decline is insane. And maybe it'll happen with Trump if he gets in office, who knows? But to say that it's not happening while it's happening in front of your eyes is, if you don't hate the news media or people like CNN or all these mainstream news sources, if you don't hate them, then you're not paying attention because they hate you and they think you are one of the biggest idiots known to mankind and they can get away with anything they want. And until you have that frame of mind, until you view them as that, then nothing makes sense. If you keep viewing people like CNN or people that are talking on these news platforms like this as serious people to be taken very seriously, you're part of the problem. And you haven't been woken up to the real news. The Derek O'Shea Show. Just kidding. But when we have deep truths in the political sphere, I turn to 4 women to help me see what's right in the world, and it's these women. We got another Hawk to a meme. Here we go.
Listen, take him seriously and take him literally.
Yeah.
I don't think that we have to. I think it would be
right. Here we go. Hot to it. Here he goes.
Remiss of us to not say Joe Biden knows how to do this.
Oh.
Yes, he knows how to do this. He's quite good at this.
Right.
And you know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean...
He rambles.
Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
He tends to just, he does he does things, he tends to ramble. That's the word you're looking for, as I ramble. Go, Winos, go.
When I say him, I mean...
He rambles.
Ready for the spit.
Yeah. He tends to just...
But can I mention one thing?
Here's my version of Hot to a Meme. Oh my God, it's me. Whoopi Goldberg. Donald Trump gives it the old hot. These women are some of the most bravest and beautifulest and magicalest, beautifulest women I know. I want them to be on TV forever. I want them to be 95 years old, still in their wheelchairs, dropping bombs like this. Just brilliant stuff. This is why you should love this show.
Can I mention one thing?
You spit, and that's funny. We love you. The View. I love it. I love when she's trying to get her. Oh my God, she looks like it. Look at her. She looks like the devil. Is she wearing a mask? Is she a lizard person? Unreal. Whoopi Goldberg, what is wrong with your face, girl? I'm going to cut that up, put that into a video, and I'm going to have some leftists be like, you purposely edited it to make her look that way. Yeah, I did. I don't care. Okay. I love when someone's trying to like have this epic, mind-blowing point and they can't come up with it. Even on a show like this that can be heavily edited, and this is what they come up with. When she's trying to talk about how much she has so much TDS that she can't come up with words to fit her feelings about how she views Donald Trump.
How to do this. Yes, he knows how to do this. He's quite good at this.
He's good at this.
You know, you can't refute anything with him because he just, when I say him, I mean Trump.
Yeah.
He tends to just...
But can I mention one thing?
She gets us. She's just as mad as we are. But I'm more mad about this story coming up. And I want you to be as mad as me as well. People in China are being made in the lab. They are going to have absolute freak shows coming out of China soon. We have a 16-year-old named Zheng Zizhu. She's 7'5", 16 years old. What is happening in China? What are they feeding these women? What is going on in China? Look at this. What? Look at this woman. Look at her. She's huge. She's beautiful. Turns out that's actually a 35-year-old man. What? It's like men versus boys. Oh, I'm coming, coach. Dude, who is your parents? If you're not built in a lab, I don't know where you were made. I mean, look at her. It's just, what? How does this, I mean, what? You mispronounced super soldiers. Yeah, God. And I feel all right. I mean, look at her. How big of a baby when she was born do you think she was? At least 13 pounds, 20 ounces. I mean, what? How does that happen in life? I needed a political break because we got something coming up that it's gonna grind your gears. It's gonna make you feel good. I need to find this song though. Sorry. It's that song. Perfect. I haven't played this song in a minute because this song is good. Gavin Newsom had the state of California today. The state of California. I love how like big states like California like try to act like they're like their own country. We're Californians. We're different. We're built different. We're in California. We're California. We're the Californians. Ever heard of us? California. Here's Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom has something to say to the right-wingers that are ruining California.
Our values and our way of life are the antidote to the poisonous populism of the right and the fear and anxiety that so many people are feeling today.
Exactly.
People across the globe, they look to California to see what's possible. Now we can live together, advance together, and prosper together across every conceivable and imaginable difference.
Exactly.
But the California way of life we recognize is under attack. For conservatives and delusional California bashers, their
delusional
success
California bashers. I am a delusional California basher. How dare I?
Their success depends on our
failure.
Our values and our way of life are the antidote to the poisonous.
California's values and their way of life is the antidote to conservatives. And just today in Santa Monica, a homeless man tried to drown 3 women and then beat up 2. And here's him being pulled away. And I stand with Gavin Newsom. That was just today. And we at the Derek O'Shea Show, we stand with Gavin Newsom, for they do bring about the way of life. Yeah. Look. California is a way of life, folks. Welcome to California, the land of endless sunshine, where dreams come to thrive, and the unexpected is always around the corner. Looking for adventure? California's got it. Our vibrant streets are alive with diverse and growing homeless population, adding character to every single corner. Here, community is key. From Silicon Valley to Skid Row, everyone's got a unique story to tell. Experience the spirit of resilience and innovation, where the sidewalks can be home to the next big idea. Look at this idea. Wow. It's life-changing. Give some more money to the Ukraine. Safety? Oh, yeah. Safety? Well, it's an adventure. Let's play this video again. It's too good not to share. Feel the thrill as you navigate our bustling cities, where crime rates are just part of the dynamic urban experience. You want to fear for your life? Welcome to California. It's all about living on the edge and embracing the unpredictable. You could die at any minute, but you want that, because this is California. This is what conservatives are trying to take from us. It's ours. This is our way of life. I stand with Gavin Newsom about this way of life. And if you need a break, go to the stunning beaches, where our homeless population might try to make you drown. Get used to it. This is who we are, California, where every day is a new story. Are you ready to write yours today, California? So we stand. Oh, we stand.
Our values and our way of life are the antidote to the poisonous populism of the right.
How dare the right want to clean the streets? How dare the right want to curb immigration? How dare the right want to make everyone pull themselves up by the bootstraps and get a job? This is disgusting. Not here. This is California. This is our way of life. I'm gonna bring it up in this mess. And yes, we're in a deficit. Things aren't looking good economically for our state. We might go bankrupt, but things are looking up. Gavin Newsom is doing a great job. Remember the debate he had with DeSantis? DeSantis wiped the floor with him, but he is still the governor. He'll be the governor for life. For freaking life. What are your thoughts on all this stuff? Derek for governor of California. Finally. Thank you, Willie. Finally, someone recognizes my hard work and the things that I do to make this country a better place. Not Gavin Newsom, not this child, not this guy, but me. Yeah, babe. Land of fruit and nuts. BKL says, remember when DeSantis destroyed him on Fox during a debate about which state was run better, Florida or California? I am still dumbfounded by that debate. We did live stream that debate. It was one of the most fun debates because I didn't think DeSantis would actually do it because he hadn't looked too good on the campaign trails. I kept thinking DeSantis is not going to be a good look if you get your butt kicked by Newsom, and he surprised the living out of me. I didn't say anything, YouTube. I just pressed a button. Still a leftist, however. Violet says, my aunt got married and raised her son in California, but moved back to Pittsburgh because of how weird it's gotten out there. Dude, LA is nuts. Sometimes when I go there and I visit, because I have family that live in LA, sometimes I just look at what's happening. Would you just look at it? And I just wonder how people can live there. And it blows my mind. What is going on with my wonderful newscast? Okay, here we go. All right, I have... You thought I was done with California. We're not done here. We're not done with California. This news story from California. This is perfect, right? So Gavin Newsom just had his little moment talking about how their conservatives are trying to take away our way of life. This is California's way of life. You can't even make this kind of stuff up. Just watch this video. Sometimes comedy writes itself, folks.
And just like that, the planters are gone. The city citing businesses need permits, and these planters are an obstruction. The business owners say no more than the tents that used to line Sunset Boulevard for years, encampments encroaching over the entire sidewalk.
This is like bare minimum of where we should be right now. We should never have a thoroughfare blocked with bodies and waste because the city neglects the area. And this is not a war on homelessness.
Andrew Monheim owns Monheim Microphones nearby and says it's unbelievable.
It's totally disrespectful to small businesses and the people that have been the lifeblood around here. And I'm not just talking about myself, but like businesses that thrive.
You might be asking yourself, Derek, what are they doing? The city has decided that the small businesses that have been putting up things in front of their businesses to stop homeless people from camping out in front of their businesses are breaking the law. That's right. In California, drug dealers will be able to do drugs and deal drugs in front of your store as long as we live. You can't have a business and be all clean and stuff. You don't want people being safe as they go to their own jobs. That's disgusting. How dare you want that? I love that. I love Californians. Is like, I just want to preface by saying this is not an attack on homeless people. Can we stop using the word homeless? Are we done with that word yet? Okay, here we go.
Respectful to small businesses and the people that have been the lifeblood around here. And I'm not just talking about myself, but like businesses that thrive around here and they keep the pulse. There's no reason that they should have to stand around and watch like this go to the worst possible scenario.
And it's not just the business owners.
This is the first time I've been able to walk down the street in years because it's been filled with drug dealers, homeless people. It's been unsafe. I almost got ambushed once just trying to walk home. I live right around the corner.
What is she trying to say? You almost got ambushed once? That's a way of life in California. You should be thankful that that is happening to you. Okay? In California, we thank God for our homeless attacking us. If you want to go to the beach, you might this guy might try to drown you and you're going to be thankful for it. It's a California way of life. It's how we do things up in here.
Back in April, 35 people were living in front of the legendary Sunset Sound that nearly had to shut its doors because of the growing encampment. The city says it's worked to get those people housed and says it was a success.
Look, I know that she just said that people were camping out in front of the business and that almost led to the business declining. That's a lie. That's a right-wing conspiracy theory. Anybody that knows anybody, when you go into a business, you want to kind of fear for your life before you enter the doors. I want to run into a business and close the door as fast as I can behind me and do one of these things. Is it on me? That's what you want to do, and you're thankful for it. You want that kind of experience in California. This is California. You don't want to just park, walk in, don't look around you, feel safe, feel like you don't have to take your gun with you just to go to the grocery store. You want the experience. Right?
Many fear the shady block will once again be overrun with the same issue.
What do you do? Like, you can't walk through here at night with people and not be concerned about the people you're with, your own safety. Not to mention how just disgusting it is.
Your own safety? I've looked at the Biden crime statistics. They're going down, says the left-wing media, and I believe everything they have to say. So this guy is obviously a right-wing conspiracy theorist. He's basically Aaron Rodgers. Oh, you been listening to Joe Rogan or what? Oh my God. Sick. What do we do with these kind of people? I wish we could just send them to some kind of re-education camp so they can finally learn that state media is not lying. And this guy, even though he's afraid for his life anytime he goes to these businesses, it's a right-wing conspiracy. God. So they're cleaning up the streets, and then they're just going to allow encampment back in. This is the California way of life, as Gavin Newsom says.
Our values and our way of life
Yeah.
are the antidote to the poisonous populism of the right and the fear and anxiety that so many people.
I like to listen to this with this in the
Our
background.
values and our way of life are the antidote to the poisonous populism of the right and the fear and anxiety that so many people are feeling today. People across the globe, they look to California to see what's possible.
Right.
Now we can live together and advance.
Right. It's not that you feel fear and anxiety walking down the streets of California. You're feeling fear and anxiety because the right wing says that it's dangerous in Biden's America. I love these politicians. They seriously, I keep saying this over and over again. They'll walk over your dead body and tell you what you experienced and actually happened to you. Just like the whole migrants killing people, they don't want to address that kind of stuff. They're just good people looking for jobs. How dare you ever make that comparison or say these types of things? That's right-wing hate speech, and that's evil and terrible to actually say out loud. Don't bring that up in here. This is Gavin Newsom's America. And if I tell you an orange is an apple, it's a apple. BKL says California is so bad it was easy for DeSantis. Oh, it was, dude. DeSantis. It was like picking candy. Taking candy from a baby, dude. It was one of the funniest things I ever saw. Watching that debate, it should be like the debate with Biden on Thursday. It should be exactly the same. It should be like you just wipe the floor with this guy. You just make some jokes about, hey, Biden, you pooping your pants right now. Or you just start talking about crime. You start talking about illegals. You actually, if I was Trump, I would bring in cardboards full of facts as they try to fact check you in real time. You just show like graphs. You show quotes. You show stories. You show faces. That's what I would do. I would print out a bunch of faces of people that got killed from migrants, and I would say, this is Joe Biden's fault. Joe, what do you have to say about this? And then he would go, it would just be perfect. It'd be such a slam dunk, which means it probably won't happen. But if he does happen, I will be losing my mind because it means that he watches me. I'm just kidding. They voted for this. They suck it up. Oh, I know. That is kind of the saddest and funniest thing is people reaping what they sow. You feel bad for them because you want to still have empathy. You don't want to be a complete psychopath where you watch people suffering. You go, oh, you voted for it, prick. Like that is like a certain level of psychopathy. You don't want to allow for space in your mind because it just makes things worse for you as a human being. But at the same time, it's like you did kind of reap what you sow, but it's sad. U.S. Navy Shark says, Derek, do you think Trump will pick Michael Flynn? No. I don't pick Michael Flynn to be VP. I mean, I don't think so. Not for VP. Honestly, honest assessment, I would like him to pick Vivek or maybe Vance, but Byron Donalds, if we could do something about the whole Florida residency thing. But I think he's going to pick Doug Burgum. Based on Pence last pick, him picking somebody that's super boring and not like taking the spotlight off of himself or whatever. That's what I think will actually happen. Well, hopefully it's not. Hopefully he doesn't point at Doug Burgum on Thursday and goes, that's my guy. Speaking of that's my guy. How dare you say this? This is not CNN. I mean, this is not SNL. This is real life. Here's a actual interview on CNN. drag performance lobbying Congress for LGBTQ protections because they're not protected enough.
I'm curious for you, first of all, what this day means to you. And second of all, have both Democrats and Republicans agreed to meet with you?
Yes, we will be meeting with both Democrats and Republicans. And I'm really excited to go speak with all of our lawmakers about the attacks that we're seeing on our LGBTQ community. It's so important to talk about. And
I always love that they talk about attacks and you're like, okay, what attacks? There's a bunch of right-wingers making videos. Like, what attacks? I just read about an attack today about a trans person attacking a police officer with a knife. That's not real, Derek. That's hate speech. Okay, back to the video.
To discuss protections for our queer community.
Can I let you listen to the current sentiment that's being shared by...
When I hear protections, I hear hate speech laws. I hear safe spaces. This is America. Okay? God. Protections. Why? You're not protected enough? You're the most protected class of citizens in America. You're elevated over every single race, creed, or religion in America, in American politics. You're the most protected people group I know of. Everyone loses your minds when you talk about them. But you can talk about gingers all day long. God. I'm so sick of this hate speech laws.
Former President Donald Trump, who, of course, is running for re-election. Here it is.
We're going to take care of our capital. On day one, I will sign a new executive order to cut federal funding of any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content onto the lives of our children.
In those three
Can't
things,
wait for this
he mentions
reaction.
what he calls transgender insanity. If he's voted in as the next president, what will that mean to you?
I'm going to leave this country.
We already see so many attacks on our queer community. I already don't feel safe in my own.
That's it right there. That's an attack. What? You're defunding LGBTQ education and public schools. You're attacking me. Ow, it hurts. What?
Own hometown just dressed in drag like this. And it's very scary for queer people to exist in a time where we see this kind of rhetoric being pushed by our lawmakers and the people who should care about other issues that actually affect.
It's like, I don't believe you anymore. I don't believe you are afraid of your life. I feel like every 5 days I'm seeing like a drag brunch show. I don't think you're afraid to walk down the street, to be honest. And if you are, maybe change what you're wearing. God. It's like, why do you have to look like a clown? What do you want me to act like? Byron Donalds would be good. I think so too. I think Byron Donalds is like a freaking rising star. He actually seems like he has cojones. And here at the Derek O'Shea Show, we're big on cojones. Okay, what do I want to finish with? I think I want to finish. Man, I got so many great things. Let me just say this. This one right here. This is my favorite, I think. Let's talk about inflation. Watch this video of Janet Yellen being pushed about grocery store prices and watch her reaction. Miss Mushroom Queen herself.
Secretary Yellen, have you been to the grocery store lately?
I sure have. I go every week.
It's sticker shock, isn't it?
No.
I just, when you look at ship.
Did you hear her? She said, no, it's not sticker shock. It's sticker shock, isn't it? I go every week. You don't go every, shut up. It's just like these rich multimillionaires, you're paying somebody to pick your groceries for you. You have somebody that picks your food for you, and then you also have somebody that picks your groceries for you. Listen to that. I'll try to turn it up as loud as I can. That no is so funny to me. No.
Secretary Yellen, have you been to the grocery store lately?
I sure have. I go every week.
It's sticker shock, isn't it? I just, when you look at shipping costs, those have come down. Global food commodity prices have also come down, but food prices still remain high. I know they're not rising at the rate that they were last year.
I'm gonna preface that what I said was probably triggering for you, and so I'm gonna say they're not raising at the same rate as last year, okay? Okay, shrewdonomics. Okay, I love it. I can't emphasize how much I love when people preface. She just said a great point, an obvious point that everyone agrees with. Prices at the grocery store are incredibly high. We all agree on this. No. And then that no made her actually change the way she talks. Okay.
Remain high. I know they're not rising at the rate that they were last year, but they're still up 20% from pre-COVID. Secretary.
Actually, I'm gonna interject here. Okay, inflation is a global problem. Okay, it's a global problem, and it's not because the whole world is pushing the same kind of political crap down everyone's throats of high inflation. And I know our energy prices are skyrocketing at the moment, and we're not going to get into that because we're pushing green energy. It's better for the earth, and you're going to get used to it. It's wonderful. No. God. Yeah, I just still can't believe that this is our Treasury Secretary, Miss I tried mushrooms in China and got high out of my mind. No, I gotta hear that one more time. I love this crap.
Secretary Yellen, have you been to the grocery store lately?
I sure have. I go every week.
It's sticker shock, isn't it?
No.
I just, when you look.
No. I wish they would have cut the camera back on her when she goes, no. Shrewdonomics. Robinson for VP. Teddy Robinson? What Robinson? They voted for this a second. Sorry. Drop a like on this video if you don't mind, if you're watching live. If you're tuning in new and you're brand new to this, we go live here. We try to go live around 7:30 p.m. Eastern weekly. We have a great time on here. We have fun. We laugh, we cry, and we poke a needle in our eye. Don't try this at home, kids. Don't try this at home. Okay, let's get into this before I go. Great news coming out of politics everywhere. Hillary Clinton has a new book. Oh, yeah. I'm thrilled to say that my new book, Something Lost, Something Gained, will be out in September. It's about friendship, aging, and marriage. I get my marriage advice from Hillary Clinton. Wouldn't you? The threats that we face as a country, MAGA right-wing extremists, that's the only threat I see in America. And how we can all work together to shape a future to be proud of. I can't wait to get on the road and hit the road and talk to you in person. Really? Where are you going? Washington, D.C., Boston, San Francisco, Chicago, and Seattle. Oh, so beautiful, so brave. Imagine going to Des Moines, Illinois, Iowa. God, if she was going to an event, a book signing event, I would be there in a second, and I would be there with my neck brace and my wig from Turkey because I'm completely bald. I keep saying that over and over again. Oh God, gay. You guys know how much I love when people take portions of their own writing and make a quote out of it to show how amazingly awesome their thought process is, and for you to be dumbfounded by this. Something lost, something gained. ... Reflections on life, love, and liberty.
I'm gonna come.
Hillary Rodham Clinton. Could you imagine buying this book? Oh God, it's just I feel like if I walked into somebody's house and I saw this on their wall, I would just turn around and leave. I just turn around to leave because I don't trust you as a human being. God. That being said, we will be buying the book and we will be reading a chapter every night before we leave. Because Daddy's got to read. And you want to have somebody that's dyslexic reading you a bedtime story. It's all about how much it doesn't bother her and all that she lost bet. Oh, 100%. You know that whole book written by Hillary Clinton is just going to be an entire cope about losing to Donald Trump and how MAGA right-wing extremists are taking over the country and that we need to stand up for democracy because democracy means that you can go to other countries and take out their own leaders. Absolutely. Like, I would love for her to actually have a moment of honesty, open and honesty about, you know, I took out Gaddafi because I hated the way he looked at me. That's the book I want to read. And absolutely doesn't blame women in any way. No, 100%. I always like to leave my show with just a funny video that I find online. And this might be the funniest video I see, especially someone that works with people with mental health issues. Here we go.
My fire, the one desire, believe. I want it that way. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why. I know they wanna hear you say.
Shout out to Mental Health Month. This is Men's Mental Health Month. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will be going live, remember, for the live stream for the debate on Rumble and Twitter. X. I apologize. So we will be going live. I'm not going live on YouTube. I'm just not chancing it. I don't have a personal person that calls me on the phone like Tim Pool. And when I get strikes, nobody cares, except for all my friends here. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. See you guys live tomorrow night. The show will be even better. I'm gonna scrounge the internet for some really interesting stories that'll blow your mind. I don't want to be talking about the Trump-Biden debate all week long because I don't think it's going to be the showing of the century. But there are other things going on in the world, like a Russian-Ukrainian beach being taken out, Julian Assange being absolutely freed by pleading guilty, and much more. I'll try to tune in anyways. Thanks so much, Violet. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the night. I'll see you guys live tomorrow, and drop a like on this and a comment below. It helps the algorithms out. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Willie, thank you for the laughs, my friend.